Hey everybody, it's the Chaplain here coming to you live with Operation Blitzkrieg. Myself as the Allies against Serpentor as the Axis. I was mistaken all these previous times that I've been pronouncing that name. It's actually Serpentor, and it's from the G.I. Joe stuff, the G.I. Joe show and movies and stuff. Really quickly though, I'm going to wipe off the lens of my camera, so hold on a second. Cool. There was a little, misty, hazy, halo-y effect going on over in this area. Anyway, cool. Early Allies. Turn number 3, there's a lot going on. The Germans have amassed quite the fleet in A20. Joke's on you, there's no convoy zone there. So that kind of stinks for me, that you just have this giant fleet. And the Japanese have been just collecting islands. Guam, Wake, Midway, Johnston, Line, Aleutian, Borneo even has fallen, and it's just been an absolute bloodbath. If you were watching Serpentor's video, you know that there was a little discrepancy here. He didn't ask if I wanted to scramble. He and I had a short conversation about it. Actually, that's not true. We had a long conversation about it, and when I asked him what was coming in there, he told me everything was fine, no big deal. I was like, yeah, I would have scrambled, I would have fought you. Worst best case scenario, this or this or this would have happened. Worst case scenario, this other extreme would have happened, etc., etc. And so we just decided he can keep the island, he loses his tactical, and I lost my fighter. No big deal. He and I have the details of that in our chat. Alright, U.S. had a ton of money to spend. We are at war. I did get my tech, so I have to spend 6 on that. I'm spending 40 on 4 fighters, 32 on 2 carriers, and 8 on a destroyer. The U.S. is saving $1. So let me get all this money off of the U.S. sheet here. And the $1 goes back on there. Cool. The U.S. has a couple of combat movements to declare. First, we are going to try to retake the Line Islands. We are going to attack the Aleutian Islands, which isn't marked, but I'm marking it now. And we are going to be invading Casablanca. I think those are the only combat movements. So while we're over here, let's set this down on the German fleet. That was great. The 3 transports from A21 are going to go 1, 2, 3 into A29, and they will be carrying 3 infantry and 3 artillery into Morocco, Casablanca. The destroyer and cruiser, I apologize, from A16 is going to go 1, 2, 3 into A29 and join them. So I will get 1 offshore bombard. And then over here for the Pacific battles, specifically in the Pacific, down here in the Line Islands, I'm just going to go ahead and remove your stuff because I plan on taking it. I'm going to send from P7, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to be sending the battleship, 2 cruisers, 2 destroyers, one of which took out your transport, the carrier, 1 carrier, with a fighter on it. The other carrier has 2 fighters on it. And the fighters aren't participating in the battle. They're just coming along. Alright, that's going to stay there. A fighter from San Francisco is going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4 and auto-kill this transport here in Johnston. He can land 5 on this carrier right here. Excuse me. But then to actually attack the island itself, I'll be sending 2 infantry and 2 artillery on 2 transports, leaving an infantry behind in West Coast. So those 2 transports come down. So I need to put 1 infantry back into the coast. Here we go. Excuse me. Into the Aleutians. I'm going to drive my tank and 3 mechanized and fly 1, 2, Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These fighters are going to join the fight. They can land in Alaska. The tactical, 1, 2, 3, can also land in Alaska. He's joining the fight. All right, I think that's it for combat. Let's go to the tray. This is what everyone paid out for tech, by the way. If you've seen his video, you know what the Axis have paid. The U.S. got 6, so we got our tech. We're the only active tech. All right, I'm trying to set stuff down. Here we go. Let's do Casablanca first. I have 3 infantry supported by 3 artillery and a naval bombard against 1 defending Vichy Frenchman. I got 3 hits, and the Vichy French manage a hit. Great. I'll lose an infantry but land in Casablanca and take it. It's not worth any IPCs, so I'm not going to change the chart. No big deal. All right. In Alaska, 2 fighters boosting a tactical, 3 mechanized, and a tank. Great. Against 2 defending Japanese, I can actually roll all of that together, which is what I plan on doing. So, the 2 reds are the 2 twos for the 2 Japanese invaders. And I got 1 hit from the tactical and no hits from the Japanese defenders, so I will make them lose 1 infantry, and we will go again. Crazy. No hit from the defender, 1 hit from a 1. So the Aleutians become American again. All right. It's not worth any IPC value. Right. And then you have 1 defender on the Line Islands. And I have 2 infantry, 2 artillery, a battleship, and 2 cruiser bombards. So, let's do that. I got 5 hits. Beautiful. So I take Line Islands. It is not... Oh, of course you get a hit. It is not of monetary value as far as income on the tracker is concerned, but that 1 island is worth freaking 3 IPCs to the Japanese. So, alright, double check. I did Casablanca. I did the Aleutians. I did the auto kill on P-33. I took back Line. I think that's it for the Americans. Alright. Yep, that's it for the Americans. Non-combat movements. I'm going to move my sub from this C-zone 1-2 to convoy you here in P-13. Make you send a destroyer or send some subs up there to tell me to knock it off. The planes that were involved in the Aleutian Islands battle, they have to land in Alaska. These 2 transports from P7 are going to go down into P23 for 1, which you can't see because my camera work is shoddy today. 1, 2, and then 3. Through the canal. That's the only way they can be saved. Through the canal into A26. All right. What else for the Americans? Any other movements for the Americans? You don't have any transports there, so I don't really care. That's buck naked right there. But you don't have any transports in the area, so I don't really care. Great. I'm happy with that. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. That feels pretty good. All right, place new units. I'm going to place 2 carriers and 4 fighters in P7, along with a destroyer. All right, that was all the U.S. money spent. Whoop. the United States is at 53 on the tracker because I'm down 2 in Hawaii. So, set that down. 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 53 on the tracker, plus the one I saved is 54. Now, we'll go to objectives. United States objectives. All right. 3 for controlling. No, I don't have those. I get a +3 for having units in Casablanca. So 54 becomes 57. +10 for not being neutral, 67. +15 for my originally controlled territories, but it's not 15. It's -1, 2, 3, 4, so it should be +11. So that's +11 because you have 4 of my territories. Excuse me. And I don't get the other bonus. So there's that disposition. In Alaska, there are 2 fighters, a AAA, and a tactical. In the Aleutian Islands, I have 3 mechanized and a tank. In P7, 2 aircraft carriers with 4 fighters and a destroyer. San Francisco has a strategic bomber, a AAA gun, and infantry. On the Line Islands, 1 infantry, 2 artillery. In the sea zone around Line, 2 destroyers, 2 cruisers, 2 transports, 2 carriers, 4 fighters, and a battleship. I still have 2 infantry in the Philippines. That's cool. I have 2 transports in A-26. I have a fighter and 2 AAA in Washington, D.C. In A-29, there's a fighter, cruiser, and 3 transports. 3 artillery and 2 infantry in Casablanca. That is it for the Americans. I've collected my money. I've done my disposition. Wonderful. Go me. British. Had a bunch of money to spend. 3 on tech. I'm buying for 16 a fighter and a tank that are going to go into Cairo. 2 subs for 12. I'm saving 2, and I'm spending 12 on 4 infantry that'll end up going in London. So get all the money off of the thing. I saved 2. Go me. A couple of combats. Let's set this down. I'm trying to be quick. Wife and I are trying to have a little hangout tonight. 3 infantry from Malaya up into Thailand. I know what my odds are. It's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to send a fighter. He can fly 1, 2, 3 into Thailand, and then he can land in Malaya. Into eastern Burma, I am sending everything that's in Burma, which is 2 artillery, 2 tanks, and 6 infantry. You stay behind. No, that's not true. I'm sending, all right, back everything out of East Burma. Into East Burma, I'm sending 2 infantry and 1 artillery. Into Yunnan, I'm sending 4 infantry, 1 artillery, and 2 tanks. Fighter from Calcutta is going to go 1, 2 and fight in East Burma. Non-combat, non-combat, non-combat. Let's go into the Middle East. I'm attacking Transjordan. I'm going to have an infantry load onto the transport and then unload in Transjordan so I can use my cruiser bombard. I'm going to drive my mechanized from Anglo 1, 2 into Transjordan. Actually, the infantry loaded from Egypt and an artillery loads from Anglo into the transport and brings him over. That's what I wanted to do. All right, there's that. Into Scotland, now we're into Europe, into Scotland, I am sending 2 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 fighter. And then into A12, 1 into Scotland, 2 into A12 to auto-kill that transport. And he's going to go ahead and land in London so that I don't forget that. All right. So, there's my combats. Scotland, Transjordan, Thailand, East Burma, and Yunnan. Excuse me. All right, let's go to the tray. Flip it, spin it. Here we go. All right, let's do Scotland. I have a fighter, 2 infantry, but one is paired by an artillery. I'm cutting this one a little close. You have 2 defenders. Here's the assault. I got 2 hits with my ground units. I love it. Your response. That's a miss, but there is 1 hit. So I take Scotland back with 1 infantry lost. All right. So Germany goes down 2. UK will go back up 2. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Infantry, artillery remain. The fighter's still alive. Cool. Transjordan. I have my cruiser. I have a mechanized artillery and infantry. You have an artillery. Let's go. Transjordan. I got 2 hits. Your defense. Of course, man, I am getting hits all day for you. It's ridiculous. So I'll lose an infantry. Italy down to 17. UK's back up to 39 so far. In Thailand, you have a defender, infantry. I have a fighter and 3 infantry. We can roll this all together. Let's go. I got a hit. You got a miss. Thailand becomes British with no losses. That's a +1 UK to 40, -1 Japan down to 52. Yunnan. 2 tanks. And 1 artillery supporting 1 infantry and 3 unsupported against your 1 defender. I just need 1 hit. This is for Yunnan in China. 1-2 hits. Your defense is a miss. So that is a +1 to China. Thank you, UK. -1 to Japan. And then East Burma, you have 1 infantry defending. I have 1 infantry that is unsupported, +1 that is supported by an artillery, and a fighter. That was really weird. All right, let's go. East Burma, I got 2 hits. Your defense is, of course. All right, so that's worth 1 for the Brits. Japan is down to 50. Britain's back up to 41. Excuse me. All right, non-combat. The fighter that went to Scotland is going to land back in London. The damaged battleship is going to move down to A29 with the cruiser from A24. You stand up, drunken sailor. The artillery in Anglo is moving into Cairo. Those are there, those are there. The fighter that was in East Burma is going to land in Calcutta. The fighter that was in Thailand has to land in Malaya. No, he doesn't. 1, 2, 3. He could land in Burma. I'm going to land him in Burma. The AAA is going to move into Yunnan, so you don't get any ideas. All right, the destroyer is going to move. To Malaya, P-48. There's nothing the Brits are doing over here. Placement new units. Tank and fighter into Cairo. Alright. 2 subs into P-50. 4 infantry going down in London. Alright. The British are at 41 on the tracker. 30. Well, that's only 30. 41 on the tracker, plus the 2 I saved is 43. In addition, national objectives, India, West India, and Malaya gets me a +5. I get a +2 for having Iran. Egypt, Transjordan, and El Alamein. I don't get that bonus because you still have El Alamein, and you did not do the Portugal thing. So that gives the British 50 bucks for the British on their next turn, and they will have to buy tech dice rather. So there's that. Disposition of the Brits: destroyer in P-48, 3 infantry in Thailand, infantry artillery in Burma, fighter in Burma, 2 tanks, artillery, AAA, 4 infantry in Yunnan. The free guy goes down in India, that's right. So there are 7 infantry, 2 artillery, 2 AAA, a fighter in Calcutta. There are 2 subs in P-50. The Red Sea Zone has the aircraft carrier, cruiser, and transport. Transjordan has artillery and mechanized. Cairo has 5 infantry, 2 artillery, 3 tanks, and a fighter. Malta still has the infantry and AAA. Damaged battleship in A-29 with a cruiser. Scotland has infantry and artillery. London proper has 1 artillery, 1 mechanized, 5 AAA, 2 fighters, and a ton of infantry. It's not really a ton. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 infantry. All right, and I did my money. The Chinese have 7 to spend. I'm going to buy 2 infantry and save a buck. 1, 2. China has no combat. I am going to go up here, though, and activate Sing Kang. So that's plus $1, plus the 2 infantry that I get. I will place my 2 new infantry there. China will collect $4. So the 1 I saved, plus the 4 I'm collecting, I'll just grab a $5. Plus I get $2. For every 3 territories I control 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get +2. So the Chinese will have $7 to spend again on their next turn. Chinese disposition. There are 8 infantry in Sin Kang. I'm the chaplain. I'll be praying for you.